Okay, and finally the solo and the bridge part. So the bridge, let me see what it says. So it says bridge, and then you've got one bar of C, ooh, 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 and then A and A7. Well, the bridge is two bars of C, but they've put that C in the line above. So you gotta be cruel to be kind. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. So they got the right amount at times. It's just they're including the first bar of C in the line above where it says bridge. Okay, so we've got gotta be cruel to be kind. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. That's two beats on A, two beats on A7, you know A7, and no, what am I talking about? Sorry, no, a bar on A, a bar on A7. So we got gotta be cruel to be kind. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, one bar on A, one bar on A7. Then you can see you've got the chord progression of F, G, E minor, A minor. Exactly the same chord progression as the chorus, right? F, G, E minor, A minor, two beats on each. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And it says it happens times 3. Well, it does, they're right. But what the lead guitar is doing is the triads of those chords. Okay, let's have a look at those triads. We were talking about the D triad. Again, let me just see that I'm in shot. Yeah, so we were talking about the D triad. Now, with the D triad, the D shape triad, when this shape is at the second fret, it is the chord D, as we're taught at first. You take it up one fret, just those three strings, because you can't include this open D string, because that only works for the triad in this position. As soon as you take the triad up here, you've changed the relationship of 0, 2, 3, 2. So that's not the same relationship as 0, 3, 4, 3. So you can't play this open string anymore unless you bar it, which is basically this position where you use your first finger as a bar, as a capo. Yeah, so you'd be taking the open string upper fret as well as the triad shape upper fret. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. But and we're not gonna use all that position. We're just going to use this triad as is usually the case because this is such a bugger to play. So we're just going to use this. Now, here is the note. Here's the chord D, the D triad. Yeah, triad being the simplest chord, 3 notes, and it's where our third finger is on the B string. That in this triad gives us the root note. So that is the note D, third fret of the B string. That's the note D sharp, that's the note E, and that's the note F. So remember our first chord is F. So we're using this triad to do an F chord. Yeah. So we've got F, take the same shape up 2 frets and it's G, just as when you take that shape up 2 frets you go from F to G. So we've got F, G, and then you got the chords E minor, A minor. Now, there's E minor, and we're using this shape of triad. Now, remember that we said that was the minor form of the A bar shape. Yeah? So the top 3 strings of an A major bar shape would be this, 7, 9, 9, which fits into this shape, yeah, our A major shape bar, and the top 3 strings of an A minor shape bar chord. If we play this A minor shape bar chord at the 7th fret, we get the chord E minor, and the top 3 strings of this shape is 7, 8, 9. So this gives us E minor, yeah, an E minor triad. Then we have this one. Now this is A minor, and maybe you can see this is the A minor. Yes, it is the chord A minor. I'm getting confused now. So we're playing the chord A minor, and we're playing it with a minor shape. And can you see what minor shape that is? It's the D minor, yeah, the D minor shape. So we got the shape-wise, we've got the D shape, D major shape here, D major shape again. Then we've got the A minor shape, and then the D minor shape again, yeah? And it's giving us the chords F, because this note is F, and that's the root note of the triad. G, because that note is G, and that's the root note of the triad. E minor, this is the note E, yeah, from this shape. And then the D minor triad, and just like the D major triad, the root is where your third finger is. And this note, 10th fret of the B string, is A, yeah? So I think the best way to think about these at first is to link them to the bigger shapes that we do know. So we know that these are okay because we know that this makes us think of a D shape anyway, yeah? In my mind, I link this shape. I mean, you can just think, okay, this is an F chord because I know that note is F. But in my mind, I link it to these bigger shapes of either this one, the barred D shape, where here's the root note D, yeah, just like a 4-string open D chord. Or, remember what I was saying about this D shape is also the top 3 strings of a C shape. Well, this is a C-shaped bar chord, and where my little finger is, it's basically on the A string, yeah? That's the root note. And why does this help me picture that this is F? Because I'm much more familiar, even me, and probably any guitarist, unless you really, really attend to your sight reading, I'm much more familiar with the notes on these 2 strings than any of the other notes. Well, the top E string is the same as the bottom E string, so that's okay. But why am I more familiar with the notes on my 2 thickest strings? Because those are the strings that give me the root notes of almost every chord I'm going to play. Of course, the exception to that is the D shape, where the root note is on the D string, yeah? Whether it's open D string or fretted D string. But because I immediately know without thinking that 8th fret A string is the note F, when I then picture this shape in my mind, this C-shaped bar chord, that is what immediately allows me to know that this triad shape here, D triad shape, which is the same, like I said, as the top 3 strings of a C shape, I immediately know that that's F because I picture this whole shape in my mind and I see the root there, yeah? Anyway, so there's F and I'm picturing it from this. There's G and I'm picturing it from, again, the same shape. Then we have E minor and I picture that as the top 3 strings of this well-known, our well-known A minor shape. And then we have this, and that's the chord A minor, but it's the D minor shape, and I picture that. Some people will picture it as just D minor shape with the root here, just as when you play D minor, the root is 2 frets down or 1 fret down from that finger, isn't it? This is fret 1, and this is open string. I picture it again as this. Maybe this seems complicated, but there's my C major shape, and here's my C minor shape and the top 3 strings of that, yeah? So I picture it as that shape, yeah, which you can't play all the notes at the same time, there aren't enough fingers. But it's basically, there's my C major shape covering the top 5 strings. When I make that into my C minor shape, because of the nature of the guitar, I can't play it using one hand, but I can picture it as a C minor shape, and so I know that the root is here, the 12th fret of the A string is the note A, and so I know that this is an A minor. Now that might seem a long-winded way about it, and indeed it may well be, but because I'm familiar with that, that's how I get there. If you just want to think that shape, that D minor shape on the, if you like, 8th fret where your first finger is, that'll give me A minor, fine. But basically, yeah, that's what's going on for the first 3 times in the guitar solo. And what have I got strumming wise? I'm just sticking to those 3 strings. I'm muting the D string with the tip of my first finger, or whichever finger is nearest it. Yeah, I'm muting the D string because I might catch that when I'm strumming, but I'm accurate enough with the strumming to not catch the lowest 2 strings because they're pretty far away from these fretted strings. So I'm relying on the accuracy of my strumming to not hit those lowest 2, and I'm relying on a finger on my fretting hand to mute the D string, okay? And I've got down, down, up, down. Basically, it's the same strumming pattern that I was doing for the chorus on the full shape open chords, yeah? Because I had down, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, up, down, down, down. And again, down, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, down. 3rd time. Ah, sorry, I messed up there because the screen went. So that happens 3 times, and then you've got, now what's happening there? Twelfth fret of the top E string. How does it go again? I think it's you pick it, and as soon as you pick it, bend it up so that you're actually hearing that note 1 fret above. Then you release it so that you hear the actual note of the 12th fret of the top E string. And then the other 2 notes, yeah, can you see it's that D major triad again? Because basically you're going like this. Yeah. It's as though you're doing a D triad and putting on that sus4 note. But instead of hammering onto it, I'm bending up and releasing. That's what you hear the electric guitar doing. So, and then once you've released, 13th fret, 12th fret, yeah, to give you that D shape. Then you have, now I should, so we've had, to go back to the chord sequence of this, we've had F, G, E minor, A minor. That happens 3 times. Then you see in the chord lyric sheet that you got G7 sus fa, G7 sus fa, G7 sus 4. How many bars do they show that for? 3. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. I should imagine it's 4 bars. I haven't actually counted it yet. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's look at the triads. We've got this. I see it coming from there, but this note is C, isn't it? So that's D-shaped triad giving you a C chord. There's your root note, C. The next triad you hear is this shape. Remember, this is from our A major shape, yeah. but again, from this A major shape, where the root is here or here, and that note is G. So this is a G triad. Then we take it down 2 frets. That note is F, so this is an F triad. Then we have E minor, D minor, G. That's a triad, yeah, that shape from the E major shape bar chord. And then you hear it end, you could play the top 3 strings from C shape, or same notes, just barring them here on the D, G and B strings, 5th fret, from this A shape bar chord giving us a C here at the 3rd fret. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2. Yeah, no, I haven't counted that, so I'll have to do that. But that's what you hear. Dum 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 da da dum da da dum da da dum da da dum. Let me I'll do it just in a separate video, sort of added on an appendix. That's what it'll be, an appendix. I'll count that out because I hadn't thought of that. Because when I'm playing this, I never count along, but let's see if I tap my foot. So I've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2. Yeah. Now I'll have to do a separate video because I can't think now, and I know that this video is getting long. But in this video you can get the shapes so D shape here, 12th fret, after your bend and release. A shape, so A shape at the 10th fret, yeah, A shape at the 8th fret, from that. Then A minor shape at the 7th fret, A minor shape at the 5th fret, and then E major shape at the 3rd fret. Yeah, so and then finally resolving top three strings of the C shape, or you could play it here, just a bar from the A shape. Yeah, and like I said, I'll do a little add-on video to this about how many bars this takes. But if you remember this timing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Da 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 da. 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN. There's 16th notes. Yeah. Da da da. 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN. And yes, and that's it. So I hope that's okay. Any questions? Put it in the chat. All right, then. Bye.